Welcome in, guys, to Fierce XP in our new series in Wargame Red Dragon. We're going to be running through every one of these campaigns in 2026. You heard me right. No one's creating content in this game except for fucking Razman just doing the Lord's work. Still doing it after 10 years, actually. He just posted a video recently celebrating that. I got a ton of respect for that guy. Let's be clear, I am not good at this game. I've played hundreds of hours and I'm competent, but I would never claim to be good. So be prepared for that out of the gate. I don't know, I expect that we'll get a win, but it's going to be so scrappy, so rugged. And a couple of rules we'll be clear about is when I'm playing casually, years ago, I haven't played this game for 3 years, by the way, or 2 or 3. So I'm just getting back into it. It's a little rusty, but I used to slow gameplay down, because you can go to slow or bullet time when you're playing solo. Of course you can't during multiplayer. And during this series, we will not slow it down. To get our bearings, to queue up some orders, it can obviously come in handy, but we're not doing that. We're going to embrace the chaos. And the other thing I used to do was save scum. I mean, if I had a plan and deployed everything and I got wrecked, just because I wasn't anticipating where they were coming from or the unit makeup, yeah, you get your whole battalion company wiped out and they're gone for the whole campaign. You used to just load it back up. We're not doing that. I promise you, we're going to be no mischief, no funny business. We're going to just take it on the chin and make it work. And I think that's why the campaigns always clicked with me. Because even though the AI is brutal, they cheap, deploy everything all at once, they're brain dead, they just send units in swarms But the part that I loved was the macro and the micro element, where you've got the overview map, you've got to manage your battalions, your companies, your whatever. I'm not going to know the names of all those, by the way. Then your air units and all that stuff. And then the micro of the actual battles themselves. We're not going to auto-resolve anything. We're going to fight all of them. Again, back to what appeals to me about it is you've got to just make it work. You're never dealing with the meta. Like, you never have the units that you actually want. You got to make the Bung Shai Chow work or something like the militia groups that suck, who've got 10 armor piercing, and you got to make it work. And I love that. I love that element about the campaign. Also, to be clear, I probably lean more towards kind of try hard and role play versus just memeing on all of this. Trust me, I appreciate the memes, but this is going to be more like, we're going to read it all, and we're going to fight for our lives, and number one goal is to get the victory. Not so much min-maxing, like getting a total victory on each campaign. We're just going to go at whatever pace and try to do the best job we can. I have no idea how it's going to play out. And when I just had to install this game recently, because again, I haven't played it for years, just installed it. Played like 1 or 2 skirmishes just to get the hotkeys and stuff kind of reminded. But I purposefully did not jump into a campaign because I want it all to kind of be deja vu, like I forget what happens, and I'm not planning ahead because I know which turn things are happening. It's been forever. I don't remember that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Could be interesting. It's going to be ugly, probably. We might flat out lose these campaigns, but we're going to find out. Let's watch the intro to Busan Pocket.
June 10th, 1987. South Korean dictator Chung Do-won, having reached the end of his official presidential mandate and willing to step down, announces his choice for a successor. This appointment, which oversteps any electoral process, triggers the wrath of the students and the liberals, who were hoping for democratic reforms. June 10th to the 18th, 1987. In a matter of days, over 1 million protesters take to the streets all over the country. U.S. forces in Korea are ordered to remain on lockdown in their barracks. North Korea does not fail to notice the situation in the south. Agents infiltrate designated circles in order to increase the level of chaos, while military forces are put on alert. June 19th, 1987. While police and security forces are about to be overwhelmed, President Chun
These are huge demonstrations, by the way.
Hard-pressed and panicked by a hostile crowd,
Can you imagine seeing APCs in the streets?
In a matter of minutes, the shooting spreads all over the streets of Seoul. June 19th to the 21st, 1987. The crackdown is brutal. resulting in over 1,000 casualties and many more arrests. June 21st, 1987. With U.S. troops still confined to their barracks and the ROK Army deployed in the streets, North Korean leader Kim Il-sung decides the time has come for Korea's reunification. June 22nd, 1987. When the North Korean artillery barrage rolls over the DMZ at dawn, U.S. and ROK units, disorganized by the civil unrest, are taken by complete surprise. June 22nd to the 27th, 1987. Within a few hours, the first lines of defense are overwhelmed. Within a few days, the battered U.S. and ROK units are pushed back to a last perimeter around the vital harbor of Busan.
It looks pretty bleak. Major, I'm sorry, but I cannot get through to the general headquarters. All communications with the front are cut off. Wait. Yes, I think I managed reaching an advanced post on the 3rd Infantry Battalion. I'll put you through now. This is Sergeant June from the 3rd Infantry Regiment. They totally thrashed us. They're coming straight at you. They're not even stopping to take prisoners. At least 1 armored and 2 infantry regiments supported by more artillery than imaginable. Our HQ just got blown up, and we only have 1 defense line left. Communication breakdown, Major. I would try to get through to the other headquarters, and to the U.S. General Headquarters in the region. In the meantime, I'm giving you the reports on enemy troop movements. Okay, it's a bleak situation. They are seizing on unrest in South Korea. Democratic stuff. Oh, here we go. Major, I managed contacting the American headquarters. We should be getting information on their objectives shortly. In the meantime, here's the situation. Busan must not fall before the American reinforcements arrive, which is in 3 days' time according to their promise. We are holding the 3 peripheral sectors and the enemy is surrounding us. We have few airborne and ground reinforcements, but they should enable us to make up for our losses, which will be inevitable. Good luck, Major. This is bleak. But we're surrounded, and we've got to hold out in this last bastion here until American reinforcement arrives. Talked about a lot of enemy artillery coming in. There's the Koksan. Just a ton of old tanks. These guys from 1980s, 1975, and a lot of infantry in tough little transports, those VTT 323s. So let's get a quick bearing on what we've got here. This is a strong tank unit up in Yongbuk. By the way, the names in this entire series are going to be butchered. Names of units, names of places. There's no way around it. Oh man, I got to remember the R&R and refit mechanics and stuff. We'll get it eventually. This is an infantry regiment. It's good to see. It's not very strong though. The 85s can do a little bit with their law, and then the bonds, the Jigsaw Hyagi Bond, have some nice range. Don't hit hard, but the Royalist rifle. Also some flame tanks and stuff. That's really cool. Now, back in Busan, this is where we need to make some important decisions about how we distribute what we have available to us. There's almost no cargo up here. I think we're going to get this FOB moved up to support the K1s. We've got a close recon convoy. Very little here. We've got the Fiat, only 2 units of recon. At least they've got a few infantry. What about down this way? We've got a little infantry battalion. We've got a small anti-tank convoy. Or is it company? That might be company, I don't know. And then an armored battalion. Virtually 0 recon here. Actually, there is 0. So we're going to move the close recon convoy over here. And part of the reason too, I think the K1s, they've got medium optics, which helps a little bit compared to some of the cheaper units like this M48 with poor optics. So the K1s, they're okay. They can handle themselves. Now, what are we going to get hit by? Chanmaho are terrifying. Really resilient. I don't know. They can cause a lot of problems, especially in the volume that they're coming in. Some Su-25Ks. This is an anti-tank, a tank ripper. probably coming in this way, right? So let's get maybe a bit of air support. Can we afford it? We've got to protect those K1s. I think we will get the KF-16s and the Peace Bridge up there. I don't see any... Oh, yeah, we do have a little bit to deploy. Quite a few units, actually. So that's going to be a Napalm unit, I think. And then the Peace Pheasants, a bomber. Now, we do have an anti-air, so that could have been an option. Is it too late? Yeah, can't move that again. That's okay. I believe this, like, Daegu is going to get hit hard with, for sure, planes. I don't know about choppers. Let's get the Hawks and the 263s out. I feel pretty confident about that. We'll get them to Daegu. There's a few Stingers as it stands, but that's not going to be enough. Now, where are the other K1s going to go? They could go to Wuchang, but I think we can hold over there. The K1s are going to go up to Daegu. That's going to be a tough, tough fight. Whereas the choppers, some air support would be nice. I think the Sabres can go there. The rocket pods will do well enough against these cheap little tanks. This does not look too threatening in terms of big armor. The armor is up here. It kind of feels bad to send this much air support, but I think that the Chanmahos are going to pose a real big challenge. So let's do that. And based on all the moves we just did, maybe we send the choppers up here. They're very mobile, not this turn. I suppose actually let's R&R. Let's get a little bit of cohesion there because they can move into action quick in the next one. And we're going to get so run down here that refitting and R&R are going to be really challenging to squeeze in. You know what? We got to get the attack choppers. They're going to be too versatile. And I think we just make quick work here. Let's make sure... I want to make sure that we don't lose all these tanks. And the infantry are just not going to do much. We're going to clean this up, batter down the enemy badly, I hope, and then we can move them elsewhere as needed. Now, the VTTs are going to be a big problem. That helicopter range is 1750. We're going to have to be careful. But that's where the tank support comes in, where they are the ones that can clean up the VTTs, whereas the choppers will take out more of the T-55s and stuff. The T-55s, only 11 AP, but... they can, again, cause problems in volume. So I feel good about what we did there. Spent all of our deployment points. We got a little cohesion with the choppers. Let's see what happens. They coming. And they attacking. First in Daegu. Let's have a quick look here at all of the setup for the battle. At least we've got some cohesion, some good income. Now, the Yebi guns we can kind of sacrifice. The rest of them are going to be kind of valuable. The Gongbyung, great in towns. So, looking at the map here, Busan, we probably won't hold it, even though it's a valuable deployment point. We're more interested in, we'll probably hang on to Uchang and Bravo. Maybe Yeongdeok, but I wouldn't bet on it. It's going to be Bravo is going to be a meat grinder. And you see the bridges here. They are bottlenecks. The enemy is going to come in so heavy over top of those. So if we didn't bring air support, which is pretty tough, but the K1s can maybe do it. They should maybe be able to hold those bridges. And we also might be able to make use of the KM-132s. Get that napalm where you create a napalm shield where they've got to drive through it, then they're stunned, and you can capitalize on them. And then getting as many of these infantry and stuff as we can into these towns. I'm not sure what else we can do. The K1s are going to have to shine here. They've got some Shilkas. Doesn't matter to us. We literally have no air support here, which is kind of unfortunate. We opted to rest those choppers. And then they've got napalm, which they will use that to bleed out our infantry especially, but also even our tanks. Wherever we're being effective, they'll come over and just slap that napalm. But let's dive in. All right, gentlemen, time to jump in. And let's see. Definitely want a CV here. We're going to hang on to Chang, obviously. I don't know that we're going to be able to hang on to Bravo. We're going to fight like hell for it, but we might be able to squeeze one in the back corner, of course, but we need the firepower probably prioritized over that. We have very little in the way of supply, but I want to have some artillery, and it's going to have to be a new Chong because the enemy probably will come all the way from Yeongdeok down to Busan. They might get back here a little bit. I wonder if we just put 1 or 2 Yebi guns just to kind of see troop movements a little bit. Because again, we're not going to overextend over here. We're going to just try to survive them. In general, if you've played this game before, you know that they send the house. There's going to be just waves of units, swarms. So it's not turtling, but you've got to, if you are aggressive and you overextend, you're going to get run over just from sheer volume. So you have to kind of survive and trade well and just beat them down, and then you find opportunities to push and pick off and regain ground. And an important thing to remember in the way the campaigns work is whatever you own at the end of this match is, I believe, it carries over into whatever the next engagement you have with the enemy. So if we only captured this, the next fight, we would not have any of these to start with. So something for us to keep in mind. Let's get some infantry started here. I don't want to overextend. It's easy for all of this infantry to just get totally wiped out. But we're going to get some stuff in here. I don't mind the Yebi guns kind of being up front. They can take some hits. We got to be careful with our transports. This is destruction mode, so that all costs us when they get killed. Let's get... Hawks, how much? What? They're actually not that expensive. Let's get a couple here. And then for close support, we will get some 263s. I don't think they've got choppers, so maybe we'll just do the 1. We definitely need a good number of tanks. I wonder, we may even... It's mostly going to be in the middle. Yeah, we're out of money already. Let's think about this a little bit better. We're definitely going to want a little bit of recon. It's going to die pretty quick, unfortunately. We'll get 1 that kind of comes over and looks over this ridge. Maybe we can't have this much anti-air. We're going to have 1 Hawk and 1 263. And the artillery hurts us, but we really need to hurt their morale so that we can actually defeat them as they come over the top. So we can spray down on these crossover points. They're great bottlenecks. So let's count on that. And as for the rest of it, it is going to be tanks. Now, we can actually have quite a few of them. I'm going to break this up into singles for this one, because I want one of them to come over the top there. Now, I also would love to use a couple of napalm. They will probably get killed, but if we can just get them to the bridge, and I might even forget that Yebi gun so that we can get 1 more KM. He's going to go north, maybe with that guy. Okay. Are we ready? We got to get these guys on shortcuts as well. Let's go. These guys could deploy. It's going to be 1 and 2. These 2 can move across the bridge. We've got to be careful. They can get taken out pretty quick, but let's get all these unloaded. And all of the transports, GTFO. These guys get up here. Okay. I don't want really any of the units to be right at the front because they will get shredded, other than the Yebi gun can be there. This K1 will do well to just take that out. Here come the planes. Let's back up. And we're going to just create a bit of a smoke screen up there. Same with this guy. Let's try to smoke right there. We don't want to give up our backside, that's for sure. See if we can get the KM over there. Air just in the back. Here comes the artillery. It's okay. Don't mind them wasting their shells, but it's a reminder we got to keep moving. Like they will take out us if we sit still. Well, let's flame that up a little bit. The infantry can just stay put. We're not worried about that. Did we take out any planes there? I'm not sure, but we need to get resupplied here. Make sure that Hawk is active. Okay, K1's doing good despite being in flames. This one died, but that's okay. We slowed them down effectively there. And I think I'm gonna flame that up too. These K1s are doing great. Maybe we get a little bit of cargo just kind of ready in case we need to retreat any there. Okay, that's trouble. Artillery. We should maybe split that guy. One of them is going to go to the Hawk. The other one right up here. It's okay, though. This is a good start. I feel pretty good about this. Now, let's get the Yubby gun kind of at some key points. We just want to see if the enemy's moving back here. Okay, here come the F5s. Let's start backing out of there. Come on, K263. Not gonna kill him, but did a bit of work. Artillery's gonna come down on that AA right there, probably. Well, let's just keep moving. He can keep flaming that up. We haven't used our artillery yet. We should counter battery them. Let's watch for where it's coming from. Now, there's a lot of infantry coming, so this feels like a pretty good option. Minimal range is hurting us there. Let's see. Oop. Let's see where the artillery is coming from. I wish we had just some cheaper guns, like some little vehicles. But I guess our infantry in the buildings can do pretty well there. Let's get another tank on this side. They're coming pretty heavy. And, okay, here's the artillery coming. There we go. Okay, let's keep him moving. First artillery salvo went, and we're not going to be able to reload them at all, which sucks, but it's okay. He's going to have to hold his ground. Come on. Nice. And I suppose we should probably get this guy. Yeah, if he survives, just get him all the way around here. Let's keep up the flames there. I think they're gonna eventually hit that. We've got a fresh tank on the left. Keep these guys moving. Come the planes. Hawks ready. Let's get one more of them. We got some recon. Let's get one out this way. Come on, F5. There we go. Good work. Supplies gone there. We keep moving. We got lots of deployment points. We're gonna keep it moving. But I'm really happy with this start. It's good. I suppose let's go start feeling out Young Duck. It's not a bad spot for infantry, maybe. Glad this K1 survived. Did it get? Yeah, I got some extra veterancy too. F5's coming back in. Hi, Hawk. He's got decent veterancy. Come on. Oh, he's out of ammo. Didn't quite kill it. Okay, and we can't afford to use our supply on the artillery. It's, unfortunately, that was a one and done. We can deploy more of them, though. We might want to do that just for some counter battery. Let's get these guys way out of play. Don't want a chance of them dying. Just keep him kind of surviving. This guy has recovered. Oh, no. No, this is bad. Okay, we need a tank in here ASAP. Oh, that's so unfortunate they cut us off there. But that K1, I think, can handle all of them. Looks like... Oh, was that it? Okay. Total victory. I was pretty happy with that. We traded... How did we trade? Wow, 1,300 versus 55. So the only unit we lost was... We got a cargo and a couple KM-132s. I mean, that was kind of amazing, right? All of their recon gone. The Shilka's all gone. A lot of the infantry, too. So that was great. Let's see what happens on the map there. They get pushed out and broken in large part there. And now it's our turn, which is really nice because things like this chopper can now be properly put in play. And we also know a little bit better how to respond. Knowing how heavy it was in Daegu versus preparing in the other two spots. I'm happy with that. By the way, I don't know how long these episodes are going to be. I think it could be all over the place, like from a half hour to an hour, maybe even an hour and a half. But given this first one, it's a long intro, we should definitely pack in one more battle. This one intrigues and scares me, facing the Chanmahos. Let's save that for the next one. I think we can take care of Wuchang pretty handily. Now, for the special aviation, I'm thinking we probably get it involved in Yeongdeok. And we can get some extra cohesion. I think we're going to do that. We'll give it the R&R. We can still move. Let's get them in there. This is a special aviation regiment. UDT SEALs Special Forces are at your disposal to support your ground defense. Beautiful. And of course, we can redeploy our air units. Now, we're not facing any jets in Wuchang. So, the Peace Bridge and KF-16, of course, will go to Yeongdeok. And I think the Peace Pheasant still will go there. I just think we'll be able to handle Wuchang well enough, especially with the Sabres. Now, we've even got more political points. We could get another air unit in here. F-40S Bomber Squadron, also called bomb trucks. Their pilots are trained to attack columns, progressing along a road by dropping their 18 227 kilogram bombs in one go. That sounds like fun. Why don't we do that? I think the extra bombing support here could go a long way. This is so overkill, but hey, we're going to survive very well, I hope. Let's go to Wuchang. We've got the initiative, the cohesion. These are all really solid units. I think we can even... Oh no, we can't R&R. Not when we're in conflict. Okay, let's go. Our value of forces somewhat slightly exceeds theirs. We've got even more cohesion, starting command points. And our morale, the destruction points required, is roughly the same. We've got... Let's take a look at the map first. This is a rather open map. We for sure want to hold Busan back here for a +2. Then we will likely get Jeochang for the deployment spot where we can sort of cut them off. Now, you have to be careful with this one because you actually spawn in on the left side of that river. Not close to your units, more out into this open field. Same with air, that the bombers can come in there, which is pretty nice. I don't think they've got much anti-air. Yeah, virtually none. They've got some Strelas. And the VTTs can only take out choppers. So that's excellent. We're going to be really relying on our MK6s, the Sabres, as well as the Peace Pheasants to some degree. The Sabres are so much cheaper and more plentiful. We've also got choppers. And the ITO with 28 AP and 60% accuracy as well as a stabilizer is amazing. We can maybe start getting them some veterancy. We'll probably save our vehicles to some extent. And as for our tanks, again, maybe save our Warsaws a little bit and just use the standard M48s to support, take out transports and that type of thing. And the infantry are less critical because you just don't have very much town fighting. We're going to have a lot of open space engagements here. Maybe just a couple spots back here to keep an eye on the enemy. But let's jump in. All right. What have we got for command units? This is 120 versus 110. Infantry back here is fine. I don't think we need any recon or anything way back there. Glad we've got a chopper. And we did bring in the recon company there, which I'm glad about. The Fiats are especially valuable. With their grenade launcher and that first weapon they've got, it's really capable. So I think this one is likely to die. They're going to come across this bridge, and there's a good chance that they torch us. So I don't want to give up the Fiat there. I more just want to keep eyes for the bombers. Now, over here, I don't mind supporting a little bit with the Fiats. Now, again, we've got to be careful. I think we're going to get hit pretty hard here. The Hyaugiban will be good coming across this bridge. Let's get a squad of 2 of them there. And I think they could maybe even hit from there across. That is solid. And I don't think they've got any air forces at all. We don't have to worry about stingers. We're going to get some N48s. Definitely going to have some of them on the ground. Might even grab another Fiat. And then we'll see where we land from here, but we're going to definitely be grabbing a good number of planes. A couple of carpet bombers, maybe 4 Sabres. That sounds good. And I think some AH-1Ss, and look at the veterancy too. Pretty good. It's going to help those ITO rockets hit their targets. So we got a couple of those to start. That's good. These toes, with just 4 of them, I think we're going to be hitting, like, we're going to encounter too many swarms that it's just not going to do what we need right now. Whereas these little M36s, just not that valuable. First of all, they're 10 points, 8 AP, no armor. This is going to be a meat shield, kind of for the most part. I don't mind even if we sort of lose them. Why don't we put a blotch in Delta, just to have some guns over there. Now, I'm just thinking about, we do need a CV here. Let's get an infantry. No, we only had 1. Wow, we only have 2 CVs, period. Okay, the tank's going to be back here. I think he'll be safe enough. Yeah, so we're going to have Busan, and we're going to hold on to Gyeochang. That's going to be it. Let's go. Make sure we get him deployed. Let's get all the infantry out there. And these guys can proceed with caution. Now let's start firing. Now, what are we getting hit by? But we definitely want to start bombing. Okay. Oh, I guess stingers. Oh, wow. That is incredible. So we want more of those carpet bombers. Let's get him out of there. Oh. I might go back to Auto Winchester. Sorry. I had changed it during my skirmish so that the... What are they called? The A10s, that they didn't go out. I didn't want them to Winchester. But in this scenario, I do want them to get out. Did that save? Yeah, okay, applied. Let's go. We need more of those bombers. Now, let's start getting these guys also on target. Get all the transports out. Nice. Took out one of the artillery there. Careful, Fiat. And I want another carpet bomber. Let's do that. Let's get him out this way. It's quite a train there, and I think the infantry look like good targets. Do we have any supply? We've got a little bit. Let's see if we can get it in for those recoilless rifles. We've got sabers back up. Let's hit this guy. I think we've soaked up most of the AA missiles already. This AA is really valuable. We want to make sure we take out. And those Fiats just chunking away. I love to see it. Okay, let's get the rest of this engaged. M36s all need to go. Hey, what was that? Come back here. Okay, no other jets ready yet. That's good. We survived kind of the first onslaught there. What are we gonna do here? We need to... I guess the UAZ can be killed by these little transports, so let's send them over. Okay, Fiat's gotta be careful. Bombs coming in. Sabers are ready. Let's hit up these Corsons. And let's get more sabers. It's nice to have the Fiats up here so we can actually see all of our targets. Oh no, spoke too soon. Okay, yeah, they just fired on those recoilless. Let's do fire on target, make sure, in case we lose line of sight there. And we want to take out whenever this, there's a UAZ over here somewhere. Okay, we got lots of planes ready to go. Let's get them in. Did we already get them? Oh, man. All right, total victory. We took a couple more losses there. What did we lose? A Fiat, which really stings, actually. The M36s, I'm not worried, and even the Saber, no problem. Whereas we basically depleted every one of their infantry. It's incredible. They've still got a lot of tanks left, though, so we need to be prepared for that. Strelas, they've still got 2 of them left. Okay. Well, we thrashed them. Pretty good. Won't need quite as much help there next time. And actually, a lot of the value that's sitting there is the Coxswain. They're 100 each. Now, we did take out half of them, but that's a great way to try to end the battle quicker, extract that value out of there. And since that was pretty quick, maybe we do Young Duck. Let's go. We've got an awful lot more value. We prepared for this one, 6,400 versus 3,700, with more income, more starting points, and more points till destruction. We've got some seals. It's fun. M48s can be meat shields with the K1s, just be in the powerhouse. Some more Fiats. We got to be careful. It's good to see some infantry recon too. That's part of the special forces group, I think. They've got the Gustavs. They can defend themselves reasonably. Solid choppers, just kind of a multi-purpose rocket pod, and as well as the tow, and then we've got a lot of air support. Here's the tank busters. It's going to be probably our go-to, and just because of the cost, we probably are bringing in the Peace Bridge. Even though the KF-16, really good. Better ECM, much longer range. I think it's going to be the Peace Bridge. We may get 2 of them at least and kind of have them as just... We don't have any other anti-air, by the way, so that is it. And whenever the K1s are performing well, we know they're coming. We're obviously going to be in Busan. I don't know if we're going to have enough deployment, especially trying to get the planes into play, like including the Peace Pheasants, to also hold Daegu. We may get a couple seals up in here with a Tukjeonsa. just to keep an eye on things and intercept a little bit, but we may have to just kind of hold Busan, and this road here is going to be tough, as well as this forest. They can really kind of get lost in there. Now, they've just got the Chanmos. Not too much armor, but this 16 AP is dangerous. Somewhat for the K1s, not too bad if you're taking front shots, but the M48s are dead if you're getting hit by those. But they don't have a lot of other units. It's if those SU-25s come out and we pop any of them, that's gonna get us towards our goal pretty quick. And look at the Chanmos, only worth 25, so you gotta just kill a ton of them in order to get to our 1500. But we gotta do it. What do we got for CVs? We've got lots of options here. We were thin on the other ones, but this is a lot better selection. Let's get a tank back here. We don't want to be too close to the corner in case something rolls around and we get popped. We're going to put a Fiat likely up here, and we will get a Tungjuk Sao or whatever, probably right up in there. We get us just one seal with him too. We're not planning on locking this down necessarily. We just want a presence there. And we may get a couple of tanks as well to support. Now on this side, kind of similar, where we're not planning on this being the main battlefront. They may get up onto this plateau, but that's okay. Let's also get a recon kind of looking off this way. May see some of the targets coming in. But really, it is the K1s that we are going to need to hold. Now, this is a really risky area because I believe the Chanmos, they've got a kinetic gun, and so the closer they get in, the more deadly. And this is such a bad engagement zone. If we get up to this ridge, it's a long... I don't think we can hit those targets. So... how are we going to do this? It's almost got to be back here. I kind of wish we had bombers. They're going to be coming right down Main Street there. Let's get rid of the CV for starters. I mean, the other strategy is we could go up here and push down. It is an air deployment, so we get closer air on the SUs. What do we got for supply? We've got a fob. We've already got one down here. This is tough. What if we got a seal in there? Let's get a couple of guns here. And just to try to keep this in check, we may even get a couple kind of hidden, because the M48s in close range might be able to do okay. And then we might do a sneaky little, I don't know, thing up here. So let's get a tank. Maybe an M48, a couple of them kind of up on this line. They can watch for this road if they're trying to come in there. If we side shot them, that's going to be capable. And then we're going to have a little strike force up here. We have a Fiat. This is our second last one, and we haven't even bought any planes yet. It's going to be... I wonder if we wait and we get a single KF-16. Yeah, I kind of like that. Let's try it. We're going to deploy all of this. We're going to get these two off into that, as well as a tank there. These guys need to kind of be hidden there a little bit, and this is a strike force. We're going to get to the edge. We want to buy our KF-16 right away. Get them up in the air. All of these transports can get out of here. These two can deploy. We'll get them repositioned after. And let's get the Fiat up top there. The M48, maybe we'll kind of wait for our moment to strike out there. This guy, we don't want him firing. Let's make sure that's off. And the Fiat, we don't want on the front side there. In fact, he can maybe get off into the tree line a little bit. It's a juicy CV. Now, as soon as they see those K1s, they're going to start sending, I think. Where did that CV disappear to? I really like to take out some of these planes because it's gonna just take a lot of value off the field. Oh, there he is in the water. Okay. I would think that's going to draw out the SU-25s. Haven't seen them yet, and I don't want the KF-16s to run out of gas. Okay, what if we got the SEALs kind of moving just a little bit? Let's get the recon moved up. These SEALs need to stay here as a bit of a safeguard. There's the 25s. Okay, move. They might die, one or two of them, but we don't have mortars or a way to, oh yeah, he's gone. To smoke for them. Come on. Nice, okay. He's got to stay out there. It's tragic, but necessary. Let's get another one to replace him. And let's start getting some 48s. They could just kind of sit right at that opening there. Make sure that we don't get any surprises. Now these guys, the SEALs can move up. Same with the recon. Want him right at the edge. Choppers, get out of here. The 48s kind of just stay hidden in case we've run into some fire support needed there. Okay, next one can rotate in. I think I want these SEALs up top here, just in case we get sideswiped. And in fact, let's get a couple tanks up that way too. I don't know if we're going to be able to... Let's get two of them. If we're going to be able to get all the way up to this tree line, this town there. But let's be a little conservative, and then we're going to walk them up, and maybe with a bit of fire support, we can get one more tank up in there. Move those recon up. There's still no sign of air. Let's get him evac'd. Where are they? It's kind of worrisome. The SEALs have medium optics, so they should be able to pick up some things anyway. I don't want to expose the K1. Yeah, it's okay. We'll get him in. The F-16's ready. There he come. Let's get a peace bridge. Gotta make sure we can try to protect them at least. Ah, no. It's a rough trade, but it's gotta be done. Wonder if we lead with the M48s, if that would still draw out the SU-25s. Definitely gonna draw out a plane here. Let's get another peace bridge ready. Get in kind of behind their spawn even a little bit. And the peace bridge are a shorter range. So we definitely need to be careful. Let's keep moving the SEALs up. And we'll get this other recon moved up too. Okay, here we come. Those are the Chanmatus, so we gotta respect them a little bit. Let's see if we can move back across the bridge here. Get the 48s moved in. Gotta keep this protection up for the K1s while they're kind of maneuvering. I don't know. I don't think the SEALs, they spotted yet. We're okay. Okay, these guys, we can start moving them in. Let's see what happens. Getting into some good firing positions. I don't know if the 48s, they're not going to trade very well. But let's move them in here. And these guys as well. Let's make sure they're in the forest, because otherwise they'll get chewed up quick. Surprised that trading engagement did not go worse. We still have not seen any more SU-25s. Maybe they're waiting for the K1s. Let's get some more in. This could be rough. Yep, there they are. Let's go. Me targeting the K1. Please survive. Come on, gotta stun him before he gets it off. Ah, dang. Definitely better take him down. Alright, that's good. And you're gonna stay in the air for a little bit. There's a CV. Okay. Good. See if we can get the seal in the tree line there. It's unfortunate we've lost some K1s, but it's okay. We knew that there was going to be some kind of heavy... I mean, it's the SU-25s that have done it, of course. But we are whittling them down. They don't have too many of those left. They're down to 563. Here they come again. Let's go. Nice. Get him out of there. One more peace bridge we could buy. Wonder if we should... Let's get some peace pheasants, because there's a couple of CV targets that are really attractive. We'd do well to knock them out. This M48 might be able to do it. Actually, the Fiat could too. Ooh, we lost to a VTT. I want to take out that CV that's up there. What have we got left for K1s? We've only got 3. Now, there's a few scattered around in the back yet, but that's not great. We've got these. Maybe we'll move them up. Lots of Chanmaho 2s. Let's get on target. And where did that CV go? We got a Fiat back here looking. Could be sneaking in back here somewhere. Let's move a tank just to be sure. We can get, I think, some more of these peace pheasants. Just keep knocking out the Chanmahos. That looks good. Let's do it. Peace bridge, just keeping everyone in check. Let's keep moving the Fiat around. See if we find anything back here. Alright. Good to see those Chanmahos getting chewed up a little bit. Ooh, I don't know if that's a good engagement. Oh no, I don't want to lose a Fiat. Okay, get out of there. Okay, they've only got 63 points left. Let's move up, look for engagements. Oh, that's a CV maybe? Yeah, game over. We got him. We got him. Total victory. That was our worst one though. 490 points. And it was some K1s. We've only got 5 of them left. A bunch of M48s too. But the SU-25s just so deadly. We got 4 of them, but you know, we did what we could. Now the Chanmaho 2s also took out 14. That's great to see, because now when it's down to just the Chanmahos, not nearly as bad. We can do that more with ground units. We didn't even use the choppers. They just really focused on the air support and using the tanks and stuff, but still pretty happy with that. So victory on all fronts, pushed him back. The first wave was repelled. And we're going to have to leave it there to see what happens in the next turn. But I appreciate you guys joining in. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.